Hey everyone, I need your attention for 1 minute. This is not one of those ads. This is something that has changed my entire life. If you've been listening to this podcast, you know that this is all about personal development as the foundation for everything good in your life. And this podcast is now sponsored by Growth Day, which is the world's first all-in-one personal development app. I mean, oh my gosh, can you imagine having everything all in one place that you need to create the life that you want? Now you can. So if you've been struggling with your motivation, your mood, your productivity, or your purpose, you have to check this out. Growth Day helps you consciously change your life and achieve your potential. It has all the self-improvement tools, motivational classes, and life coaching all in one place. So many of us want to improve our lives, but the question is how? Where do we start? What do we use? How do you get unstuck? How do you make self-improvement stick? Well, research shows how. It's when you consistently journal, track your habits, set goals, learn from empowering mentors, and challenge yourself that you'll be happier, healthier, and more successful. But let me ask you something. Where do you actually do all of your personal development work? I have to tell you that over 300,000 people use Growth Day for a reason. It works. It's the world's #1 software for self-improvement. Growth Day has an amazing mindset journal that I absolutely love, a habit tracker, and a goal-setting system. In fact, I bet if you went to my stories this week, you probably saw me using the journaling app and telling you to do it too, because it's the first time that journaling has ever actually stuck consistently in my life because of this app. And best of all, Growth Day has live inspirational classes every single week from the world's top motivational speakers and life coaches. These are people who have impacted my life in huge ways. These are mentors who I already knew and loved. In fact, this is something that's so huge for me, you guys. I personally teach a class in Growth Day every single month, and it is one of the most fun things that I get to do, and I'd love to see you there. These classes will truly shift your life. There's always something new that you will learn. So join me and 300,000 achievers growing our lives with actual real intention. Visit growthday.com/Lori for a free trial. Yes, you can try this for free. So go to growthday.com/Lori and go live your best life. You guys, that's growthday.com/Lori. And I can't wait to see you there. Thanks to Babbel for supporting my show. Babbel's 15-minute lessons make it a perfect way to really learn a new language on the go. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Lori. If you are noticing that the market is changing, the world is changing, your audience is wanting something different, look ahead, look forward, start to predict needs, start to really look at what people are saying, thinking, and pivot. Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. It's time for another quickie because there's always time to fit in inspiration. And if you're not on the text list yet, I am texting all of you daily, literally Monday through Friday, daily. I'm going to be texting you either manifesting affirmations, journal prompts, and questions that can help you really start to think about your life and the direction that you want to take it and how to get there. I think that we're all just a few really good questions away from figuring out exactly who we want to be, what we want to do, and what's missing. So if you want to be on that daily text list, text the word daily to 310-496-8363. That's daily to 310-496-8363. You guys, it's so much fun. I have been texting back anywhere from 10, 20, 30 people a day because you guys are responding like maniacs and I'm literally obsessed. Feels like I know who I'm talking to on this podcast. So I really hope that you join. It's such a fun way to just be in touch with all of you and get our minds right in the morning. Because I don't know about you, but I I struggle in the mornings, which is why I do all of this personal development stuff and talk about it and make sure I have a podcast that I have to show up to, because we teach what we need the most. So if you're ever wondering what's going on in my life, it's probably topics that I am constantly talking about or inviting people on this show because I need to hear what they have to say or I need their help. And it's what I'm interested in the most. And I think that's also what's so cool about this podcast is it has been just as much of a beautiful experience and learning lesson for me as I know, as hopefully it is for you guys. So I'm telling you, if anyone's ever thinking of starting a podcast, it has been one of my life's greatest gifts because it is like free advice from incredible experts every single week. And then, it's some talk therapy for me, like right now with you. I'm picturing you listening, but it has been pretty crazy. I'll tell you, the first couple times I went up into a room to go and record myself talking to myself. I mean, I guess it wasn't that different from what I normally do to talk things through in my own head or if no one's home, but hitting record and hearing yourself talk about things, wondering if anyone's going to listen is a pretty intense personal development experience in itself. So give it a try sometime. I'd love to know, how it turns out. I don't know. Okay. So I want to give you 3 pieces of advice that I have gotten from really incredible friends and mentors recently in business. These are just 3 random pieces of advice that I hope you can apply to your business and your life, and they make a difference. So the first one recently came from a really good friend of mine who has an incredible company called Earth Echo. Her name is Danette May. And she was just talking simply about margins. And it's really about being in a business that has great margins, really gives you the freedom to be able to advertise, pay affiliates to get the word out there, and to be able to do the things that you want to do with your company and invest in the things that you want to invest in. And in the beginning, you may not get every single thing that you want in your business, or you may not have every single thing in your product the way that you want it. But having good margins, especially in the beginning, and being able to make money within that company is going to be huge for you later, rather than starting something with small margins and stressing about getting it out into the world. So really looking at business and the thing that you want to start as, what are the margins? And honestly, a lot of you who are listening, I know a lot of you are either beginning entrepreneurs or you've been entrepreneurs for a while and you're looking for another business. But looking at it that way has been really helpful for me in terms of, okay, I love this product, but how are the margins? What does that allow me flexibility to do? How am I going to get this out in the world if we don't have extra cash? So some of the things that are really beautiful businesses to get into without high barriers of entry is obviously digital products, because there's usually not a large overhead amount to run that particular business. So maybe even network marketing, something where it's not a huge barrier of entry to begin, and it's not going to be massive overhead to keep it going. Okay, it's so funny because I've been talking to so many people who say that they hated learning a second language in high school, but their biggest regret is not actually learning it or becoming fluent in it, because they wish they knew that language really well now for so many reasons. For traveling, it opens up the world, just for relating to so many different people that are in their life. And I feel exactly the same way. And now, thanks to Babbel, learning a new language is so much easier. This app has sold more than 10 million subscriptions. It's addictively fun and a super easy way to learn a new language. Whether you'll be traveling abroad, connecting in a deeper way with family, or you just have free time, it teaches bite-sized language lessons that you'll actually use in the real world. I'm super excited to start my subscription. We recently went to Italy and it was the most immersive Italian experience. So naturally, I wanted to be able to speak the language, and I couldn't speak as much as I wanted to. I've previously learned on other apps, but it wasn't as easy as I had hoped. So So Babbel, with its new 15-minute lessons, makes it the perfect way to learn a new language on the go. Other language learning apps use AI for their lesson plans, but Babbel lessons were created by over 100 language experts, which has been scientifically proven to be effective. So while I'm diving into Italian, you can choose from 13 other languages like Spanish, French, German, and so many others. There are so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can access podcasts, games, videos, stories, and even live classes. Plus, it comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. Start your new language learning journey today with Babbel. Right now, save up to 60% off your subscription when you go to babbel.com/Lori. That's babbel.com/Lori for up to 60% off your subscription. Babbel is a language for life. That's BABBEL.com/Lori. Number 2, pivot, pivot, pivot. Pivot when you need to. If you are noticing that the market is changing, the world is changing, your audience is wanting something different, that people are starting to gravitate towards something new or a different message or a new way of consuming media or messages or anything. If you notice that the market is drastically shifting and things are changing, look ahead, look forward, start to predict needs, start to really look at what people are saying, thinking, like really analyze, put out surveys, figure out what your people want, figure out what is missing in their life, figure out what you wish was better and what they wish was better, and pivot. Don't sit in something that you're observing is going backward, going down, or not moving forward. And we have to keep our eyes peeled at all times because business, the way that it used to be, is not sustainable in this present time. Things are changing way too fast because of social media and because of technology. So you have to stay ahead of it and be nimble enough and be willing to pivot quickly or add new products to your repertoire, whatever that looks like, but be willing to do it. And that comes from my friend Chris Bernard, who owns the company called MindRight. He has been the king of pivots, and he's really looking at what the market is telling him and moving quickly into those directions. Now, number 3 comes from my friend Randy Garn. This is not necessarily advice, but this was something I observed by him doing this for us. He always checks in with all of his friends. He checks in with all of his different people in his life and asks, what do you need? What can I do for you? And in turn, Randy has become somebody that we hold with such high value, and we always want to go out of our way to see what he's doing and help him in anything that he's up to, because he's constantly asking us how he can help, and he's connecting people. He's connecting us with incredible people. Incredible people then in turn are connecting him to other incredible people. So always keep a running tab or put it in your calendar to check in and ask your awesome friends and your business friends and your mentors or whoever that is that, is out in the world doing the do, what they need and how you can help them. I'm telling you, this is how you keep up with your network. This is how you grow your network. And this is how you honestly grow and scale your business, because we're always just one person away from everything that we need. So being that connector is always going to put you right in the center of where everything is happening, because people will not want to leave you out. They know that you're so valuable to them because you're willing to reach out and ask and connect them to other people. And you always are keeping them in the forefront of your mind. And they know that, like, wow, this person has my best interests at heart. Like, I want to make sure that I keep up this relationship and make sure that I'm reciprocating, because there's an actual law, right? Like when you check in with people, it makes them want to reciprocate. It's human nature. So you're not doing it just because of that, but it is a really beautiful way for all of us to interact. It's what we all want. So you guys, those are my 3 bits of advice that came from random moments and friends very recently, all within the last few weeks, that have really impacted my life and I hope impact yours as well. So I'm so grateful for you. Let me know if this helped at all. Just let me know anything that you took out of it. You guys know that I love to see you when you tag on stories. I always share your stories, and always I'm just so grateful for you. Until next time, earn your happy. Bye, everyone. Want to know a huge secret to my success? Okay, not only my success, but just about every single person that I have interviewed on this podcast who is successful has this in common. You guys, they love to journal. They capture their life lessons and what they're grateful for. But a lot of people don't keep this up consistently. And most people do know that the research shows that journaling deepens your gratitude and increases self-awareness. But did you also know that journaling decreases stress and helps you achieve your goals faster? In fact, journaling is a huge differentiator between average performers at work and high-performing people. It leads to longer-term clarity, confidence, and success. So why don't more people journal? Why didn't I journal consistently? Honestly, they don't like staring at a blank page. It's hard to carry a book around with you or a notepad, and they just don't even know what to write about, or they just forget. That's why I know that you're going to love Growth Day. It's the world's #1 system for self-improvement, and it's like all-in-one personal development in an app. And it has an awesome digital journal, and people love it. Growth Day's digital journal has hundreds of research-backed writing prompts for self-reflection, positive mindset, confidence building, and success. I use them all the time, and it makes me think in ways that I typically don't, and it makes me ask myself better questions, which we all know gets better results in our life. It even has prompts that help you develop a daily, weekly, or monthly habit of reflecting on your life and identifying areas to grow. So it's a perfect time of year to start journaling, you guys. When you sign up at Growth Day, you also get systems for habit tracking, goal setting, and scoring, and improving every area of your life. Best of all, I get to teach there too, you guys. I'm so excited. I hope that I get to see you. I teach live in Growth Day every single month with a new topic just for you. So join me there. Start your free trial at growthday.com/Lori. Hey, I know if you're listening to this podcast that you have big dreams and big goals. And one of the things that can really stop you is struggling with your marketing. Trust me, I have been there. Are you using 10 different systems just to build your online business? Then I want you to try Kajabi. Kajabi helps you build your web pages, set up funnels, and sell your courses, content, coaching, or communities. You've been hearing me talk a lot about funnels on this podcast and the importance of your email list. You can get a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. I've talked about Kajabi before, but here's something that's super cool and new. They just rolled out an AI assistant for creating your online course curriculum. And this means you just type in a topic that you want to create on a course or webinar, and bam, it just generates a sample outline for you. It takes a ton of the hard work away. Of course, you're going to customize it to be your own, but this really helps you get over the struggle of how in the world to start, which is where most people stop. If you're like me, starting is always the hardest part, and that's what makes Kajabi so popular. They've made it easier for creators to build web pages, build courses, build coaching programs, build membership sites, build checkout pages, and build email funnels. So if you're struggling with any of those, you got to go check it out. Go to Kajabi.com. Kajabi was really the first all-in-one system and is trusted by over 100,000 creators. I think that's good enough for me. Also as influencers and marketers who use this. And now their smart AI platform makes it easy to take what you know and turn it into an online course and business. Go start building with a free trial at kajabi.com. That's Kajabi.com. Hey all, I'm so excited to share with you, Earn Your Happy is now part of Growth Day Podcast Network. A bunch of us are coming together to bring more growth to the world and support shows and brands that we truly believe in. And one of my friends is also on the network, and I'd love for you to go subscribe to his show. You guys, Trent Shelton has the most incredible podcast. It's called Straight Up with Trent Shelton, and it's going to remind you that you are built for this. I have heard Trent speak in person multiple times. I've listened to his podcast a ton. He's coming on the show, and I literally cannot wait because this man just spits straight fire. It is like truth that goes to your core and makes you take action right away. If you want one of those podcasts that when you're just out on a walk, you can't help but want to start running and run through a wall in your life, this is the show to go listen to. So you guys, make sure that you go subscribe to the show, Straight Up with Trent Shelton. You're going to love it.